Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, this Sunday's almost over. Well, it's over for some of you guys, and we avoided another Bloody Sunday. In fact, we're actually seeing a pretty good rise right now. So, does this mean that we have hit a bottom? Well, I have some news from Goldman Sachs, and this could be a bottom indicator. So, let's talk about it, let's discuss what's going to happen with Bitcoin this week. So thanks for tuning in. As always, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you hit that notification bell and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Lively crowd, a lot livelier than I expected. You know, I think everyone's waiting for the Mayweather fight, which is coming up in about an hour or so. I'm looking forward to that. I mean, both of the teams I was rooting for in the playoffs, they're kicked out. So now I've really nothing to look forward to other than this fight, and other than Bitcoin and crypto recovering. All right, all right. So looking at the RX terminal right here, you can see that Bitcoin started coming up a little bit. I mean, since this morning, you know, it's just kind of going sideways, and now it's breaking up a little bit, and you can see the RX indicator with this green arrow on the 1 hour indicating, yeah, that's a buy. And if you look at the 4 hour, also indicated that a while ago, a buy, and also on the daily, it also indicated a buy. So the RS indicators signaling good things. But overall, what is going on with Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, if you zoom out on a grander scale, you'll see that, yeah, it's stuck in this pennant, and many people have predicted that this pennant is very, very, very bad, that Bitcoin could break to the downside, and there's a lot of FUD around it, and that's causing very low volume and a lot of fear, right? But like I've been saying for the past week and couple weeks, we will get past this. Right? Bitcoin will do what it wants. And sometimes the anticipation of a dip costs you more than a dip itself. And that is what we're seeing right now. All right, so this morning I talked about, you know, a bottom indicator using the greed and fear index. And fear is actually, you know, it's towards one of our lowest points. And over the last few weeks, it has been building up and building up. So now I'm going to present to you something else that could also be a bottom indicator. And that is coming from Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs, we know one of the biggest investment banks of the U.S., you know, they have just posted another FUD article. But you know what? I think we need to analyze this, because I think the Lord of Chaos thinks that tonight's fight has something to do with crypto going up and down. I don't think so. But maybe. And David, thank you for that. Okay, so let's discuss this. Goldman Sachs recently surveyed a list of CIOs, and we don't know if that list is one CIO or 10 CIOs or 1,000 CIOs. We don't know, okay? But according to Timothy Mo, when they survey these CIOs, chief investment officers, oh, okay, I'm sorry. It actually does say 25. So who knows who the 25 are, from which companies? Obviously not a grander 1,000 or 10,000 survey. But according to them, out of all the things that they're worried about, Bitcoin is near the bottom. You could see, if I can't zoom in here, but almost all of them are looking at growth, value, commodities, rate sensitivities, and then new IPOs 0 and Bitcoin at 0. Which is your least favorite asset class? Well, it's Bitcoin. 35% out of the 25 said Bitcoin which is lower than new IPOs and rate sensitivities and commodities growth and value. All right. So what does this actually tell you? What does this tell you? Remember I've been saying, right? Don't look at what these guys are saying. Look at what they're doing. Could it be possible that Goldman, who just recently labeled Bitcoin as a new investable asset, okay, and that clients of Goldman Sachs are treating BTC as a new asset class, could it be that Goldman and the CIOs are trying to cause more FUD because they want to stop Bitcoin from coming back up? Could it be possible that they're doing this because all the FUD that has been rampant over the last week or so have not dropped Bitcoin any further? Maybe they were anticipating that Bitcoin would have fallen below 30,000, maybe went into 20,000, right? So now, could it be possible that they're a little worried that Bitcoin is coming back up and that the FUD is not working, so that they need to add a little more FUD? So I'm thinking that could be the case. It's kind of funny how Goldman, who just declared, I'm talking about just 1 week declared, that Bitcoin is a new investable asset, a new asset class that their clients are so bullish about. Yet today they happen to survey the 25 CIOs that just hate Bitcoin, that thinks it's the worst of the worst when it comes to investments, right? Makes you wonder. Is it that they're just saying one thing and doing another? I think so. And here's the other thing. Here's another bank, Bank of America, who actually did a survey, and according to their survey, that Bitcoin, that most of their clients, and this one has a lot more. This one is 216 fund managers, not just CIO. Most of them are long Bitcoin. In fact, the long Bitcoin increased in May, when May was actually a weaker month for Bitcoin. So not only are they long infrastructure, they're short US treasuries, they're long ESG, long tech, and long Bitcoin. Bitcoin is by far the most long, and it only increased. That's the weird thing. Their appetite for Bitcoin actually increased in May compared to April. So bottom line is, don't believe the FUD. Don't believe the FUD. There's gonna be FUD, but you gotta put one or you gotta put two and two. I'm still gonna stay with 1 and 1, 1 and 1 together, or 2 and 2 plus together. You realize that these guys, they're spreading the FUD because honestly, they're trying to accumulate. They're trying to help their clients accumulate, and they're trying to buy up as much as they can while things are cheap. And they could be behind the FUD not that they could be behind, they are. They're contributing it right now. Right? And you can argue that even Bitcoin.com is contributing because they're running a story like this, right? So bottom line is, there's going to be a lot of FUD, a lot more FUD. But what we're seeing right now is, even though Bitcoin has not climbed back up to 40,000, right? It also didn't fall back down to 30,000 either. It also didn't fall back down to 20,000 that a lot of people are anticipating, right? So we have retail investors and arguably institutional investors that are just staying put. They're just not falling for it. They're not selling. There's still a lot of strong hands in the market. So make sure you have those strong hands. Make sure you have diamond hands, because you don't want to miss out on this next rally, this next leg up, which could drive Bitcoin way higher than the previous 64,000 high. And speaking of highs, if you look at altcoins, a lot of them are coming back. Retail investors, I've been saying their confidence was shattered before, from weeks before now. starting to regain some of that confidence. You can see that Bitcoin dominance is starting to fall. It fell actually a lot between yesterday and today. Now it's at 41%. It was just at like high 42s just a few days ago. This morning was high 41s, and it almost fell a full 1% since this morning to now. So again, retail investors are starting to dab in, starting to ignore the FUD, starting to accumulate cheap altcoins at this point. So tonight, a lot of people are looking at Ethereum. Ethereum is having a good rally right now, almost at 2,800, right? And a lot of others, they're just following suit. I mean, it's a pretty good. Cardano, XRP, Polkadot, all around 3-4%, right? I talked about Solana is still up a staggering 9%. Polygon is joining in the mix at 7%. VeChain and everything else. Look at it. Almost everything is in green. So it does show that retail investors is coming back, and that's really good. The last point I want to make is this. I saw this, which is laughable. Janet Yellen was the Treasury Secretary. She again went out, and I think she's going to retract this statement too. Basically, again, she's re-emphasizing that all this extra money that is being printed, and she's referring to the $4 trillion spending plan from Biden, that it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And if we end up with higher interest, that would also be a good thing. That would also be, I mean, I don't know how anyone could spin that. Listen to her, this quote here. If we end up with a slightly higher interest rate environment, it would actually be a plus for society's point of view and the Fed's point of view. We've been fighting inflation that's too low and interest rates that are too low now for a decade. Okay. She added that if the packages help at all to alleviate things, then it's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. I don't think I've heard from anyone say that inflation actually has been too low for past decade. I don't know. Maybe I don't follow enough. I mean, all I hear about is people complain that there's too much inflation, that the cash is getting worthless, money is getting worthless because your money buying power is decreasing. But Janet Yellen is saying, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Actually, our inflation has been too low. So if we spend all this new money that we don't have and we just mint it out of thin air, right? And it happens to cause inflation or hyperinflation, it's okay. It's okay because it's going to do more good than not. So last time she said this, the very next day, she had to correct herself because she got a angry call probably from Powell or Biden himself saying, no, you shouldn't say that higher interest would be good or it's coming. So I don't know if on Monday she's going to retract what she said. But anyways, higher interest doesn't do anything good. Inflation going upwards is not going to do anyone good except Bitcoin holders. Bitcoin holders, yeah, we'll cherish that. All asset holders, anything that's an asset, really hard assets, have all gone up 1 million times, like within the last year or so. I mean, literally anything that is a hard asset or a collectible or a commodity or a crypto, I mean, everything has gone up so much, so much. So I guess it is good. It's good for us Bitcoin holders. All right, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, let's just do some Q&A, and then let's wait for the Mayweather fight. For my teams, well, I was a Lakers supporter and a Mavs supporter, and they both got defeated. Maz asked about ETH top price 10K, 15K, 20K. It could be as high as 20K. Why not? My card channel is called Drivers Only. There's a big logo on the screen right there. What else is there? Can you do a review of Electronum? I like it. It's more for like remittance, for unbanked, but they also have this whole ecosystem. Their new site called AnyTask, where it's like a job, like a micro gigs kind of thing, where it allows anyone to basically go on there and hire and also offer their services. So I like the project. Double. The real potential 1000x coin is Ultra. Yeah, I think you're overselling it. Ultra is good. Like you said, there's a mainnet in June. Yes, there's a lot of, well, I don't know about 150 game devs, but they do have Ubisoft, AMD, and Sandbox and Theta. There's a lot that's signed up, so they could be doing good stuff. They could be doing stuff. I don't know about 1000x, but they could be doing good stuff. Mike says, dude, I just saw your Tundra review. Well, I'm glad. I love the Tundra. Man, it's a no thrills truck, but it gets the job done, and it'll never break. It'll never break. Snooch, I'm not gonna repeat what you just said, but that's fun. Thoughts on Rev? I have not kept up with Rev, but I know that they have auctions all the time on new tracks, new cars, and people make good money from flipping them. Chili's, I still do like Chili's. Luka Magic, yeah, I mean Luka is really unstoppable. It's just the maps are just like, they have no supporting cast for him. I mean Porzingis is like, he's just dead weight at this point. He's supposed to be good. And they need to trade Porzingis next year. What else is there? George, with all this accumulation, do you see the bull market stretching into 2022? This is actually perfectly normal. I mean, you look at 2017's run, the same thing. Most of the games from 2017 happened from October on. So the very first half of the year, mid-year, there was a lot of sideways movement where you jumped up and then sideways, jumped up, sideways. So right now we're kind of more or less following that. Doesn't mean that we have to stretch. Doesn't mean we won't. There's a possibility, but it could be that the top is also near the end of the year, or we just have some kind of super cycle and it continues forward because of the institutional adoption, right? So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting later on this year to see what really happens. It'll be interesting, that's for sure. Do you think waves can claw back in the top 20 again? I don't know. They've been making some waves again because they do have a DEX, but it's a really archaic DEX. And I do hear Waves is trying to get into, modernize themselves, trying to get into DeFi and stuff like that. So maybe, but to get in top 20 is really hard. The ones that are in top 20 right now, I mean, they're fantastic projects. So I don't know if they can. If they pump hard enough, maybe, but even if they do, I don't know if they can hold in the top 20. What do you think about second layer ADA coins? They're not second layer, they're just dApps. I mean, Bondly's NFT play, Card Starter, QuickSwap. QuickSwap is Polygon. So Card Starter, I was looking into them. I don't remember what they're about, but I think a lot of them are waiting for Goguen to be done. Really, that's it. ERG, Ergo is another Cardano project. They're very encompassing. They're trying to be an Oracle, a cross-chain play, also DeFi, really heavily geared toward DeFi with proof of stake. They have a lot of Bitcoin concepts in there, so they could be interesting. But they're very, very encompassing. A lot of parts to it. Ibram says we want more videos. I'm killing myself trying to create 2 videos a day. You want more videos? It's not as easy as you think to come up with 2 solid topic videos per day to talk about. What do you think about stablecoins and tethered gold? I don't even know what tethered gold is about, but stablecoins are stablecoins. That's it. That's it. CarStar is a launch pad. I mean, that makes sense. But right now, we just need Goguen to be done first. Otherwise, all this is kind of just sitting idle doing nothing. Can I make a Cummings video? No, I cannot. No, I cannot. It's about quality. It's about quality, not quantity. Kevin is putting so much videos out, you know. I don't know if that's really helping him in the long run. Especially since he's putting a lot of political videos now, and he's like, you know, I don't know, it's really going away from his usual finance stuff. What do you think about Everpedia? Yeah, I don't know. I got fooled into thinking that they were good because they were trying to get NFTs. But it seems like they don't have a lot of traction against Wikipedia. Seems like the guy that they onboarded that was from Wikipedia left again. So I don't know if that project is doing anything at this point. Super Google Lee, thank you. The Fame, thank you. Okay, I heard Kevin Leary's talk in Miami was legit, but I didn't watch it, so not yet. Green Doge, yeah, no. Polka markets and prediction markets from the same guys of BPro, so they have made some traction. So it looks like it's complete. For me, prediction market is just not something for me. But maybe you could go. You know, you could predict things. You could predict the Mayweather fight on there. Chad, thank you. Yeah, I know what Kevin is doing. But I know what he's doing. But a lot of people don't care about those videos. Funfair. I haven't heard anyone ask about Curate for a while. Curate is like a marketplace, all-in-one marketplace, but they need to actually release their product, release their app, and actually get some stuff on there. They were very hyped up. Harmony, I like. Matic, I love. Theta, you don't want to miss out on Theta. What else? Eostat? I don't know. I thought they were dead. But supposedly, Dan Larimer came back, so maybe that's their saving grace. I don't know. They're hanging in there. They're hanging in there. Do you think BSC's ecosystem has a good future? Yeah, I think they're doing really well, really well. Within just a matter of like 6 months, they have really killed it. I do like Bakery Swap. I think they're a premier NFT play right now. Tron Pad, I don't know. I don't look at Tron stuff that much. I'm tired. Here's $5 to take a deep breath. Pirate Chain, no, I'm not into ARG or whatever. What else is there? All right. Okay, I think that's it. Man, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling tired. But with that said, you know what? Bitcoin is making small moves right now, so that's exciting. That's exciting. Altcoins are making small moves and coming back up again, closing in at 1.7, which was the point we were at a few days ago. But BTC Dom is coming down. Overall, when you hear FUD like this, just think. Why are they releasing this? Do they really care? Do they really care to let you know that they took a survey of 25 CIOs and that those CIOs, they hate Bitcoin? Do you really think they care to release that? Think about it. Think about it. Think about why they would release an article like this. It's most likely because they want to do the opposite. They want to accumulate more, and they want you to think that they're getting out. But you got to do the opposite of what they're claiming. So as long as you do that, you're going to be just fine. Someone saying that SEC will go after Cardano after XRP. No, Cardano didn't have ICO in the United States, so that is FUD. Can you review Ethereum Classic? I'm neutral on that. All right, guys, that is it. Hey, by the way, if you guys want the world's first Bitcoin rewards credit card, yes, credit card that gives you reward in Bitcoin, 1.5% back in Bitcoin, introductory 3.5%, and if you're a whale and you spend over $50,000, you get 2% back in Bitcoin, okay? Then check out the BlockFi credit card. Use my link in the description of this video. You don't want to miss out. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go watch the fight, so we'll see what happens. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time.